Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to show a rather interesting facsimile deck that I've put together. This one is attributed to two different card makers. It is in fact a deck comprised of two different cards. The first is Guilaumhe Dubesset from Lyon, and the other deck is attributed to a Claude Valentin, both from Lyon back in the 1600s. Being a composite deck, I kind of realized that there was something unusual about it when I was going through and preparing the images for facsimile restoration. I noticed that, first of all, that some cards, that there were two different sizes of the cards, and also two completely different styles of art. I figured something was up, and then later on realized, it was pointed out to me, that it is in fact confirmed that it is a composite deck. So let me just read the information that came with the facsimile that I didn't read initially. So this is from the British Museum. I'll put a link down in the description. So it says inscription content on the two of coins is Guilaumhe Dubesset à Lyon. On the second of cups is the initials CV. Now coming to the curator's comments, described as the uniform set, but as Stephen Magnan pointed out, that this is not the case, quote, it being a mix of different cards to make up the whole set. Note on the two of cups there is a double-headed eagle with the initials CV. This is the emblem and the initials of Claude Valentin, who is listed as Jure of Quartiers of Lyon in a list of Quartiers of Lyon 1668. The initials on the chariot NR are possibly those of Nicolas Rollichon. So it's quite possible there's even three decks in here. Thierry Depoli in the email, quote, I agree with Mr. Magnan. When I saw the cards years ago, I realized there were two sets with slightly different back patterns, 52 belonging to Dubesset, and the remaining 26 must be by CV, so Claude Valentin. These have a better design, and the captions are correct, whereas the Dubesset cards are coarser, and the captions are somewhat awkward, end quote. Awkward is a very polite way to describe a card like that. Okay, let me show you. The two major differences, for example, the cards that are attributed to Dubesset, very, very similar to the Jean Dudal, very similar in style. In fact, Dudal is from the same region, whereas the Valentin is a lot better, in my opinion. Let me go through and show you how these cards look like. This is a bit of background. This is the card back that it came with. I know that there were supposed to be two different card backs, but in the facsimile, I only had access to one particular card back, and this is it. So, and these cards, as you can see, have been printed on verge paper as historically correct, and I did put a soap varnish on them. Now, one thing I want to point out about these particular cards is when I put them in my press, some of the cards got creased and subsequently don't fall flat, don't lay flat, I should say. It's a bit of a spring in them, but that's fine. It will level off. I can press it again. Hopefully that'll do it, but if not, I don't really care. I like it as it is. Further background, I did extend the borders a bit to make them fit in the frame. Okay, I will do a quick walkthrough of these cards. Please feel free to pause the video at any time and see if you can notice the difference between the Dubasset deck that is somewhat awkward, and if you can see the difference between that and the Claude Valentin. All right, here we go. I'll arrange them in what I believe. I left these cards as messy as possible. Did not really do much with it because I quite like the look. I'll put the Dubesset on this side and the Valentin on that side so you can see the difference. And this is possibly the third card, the reproduction. Hermit. Those eyes. As a side note, this is actually what is called the Dubasset Type 1 deck, and one of the defining features of a Type 1 is the eyes, and there's also the moon, various other aspects. I'm really not sure which one this belongs to. I'll put it here for now. I think that belongs there. This card has got this Valentin deck. It's got very interesting floral motifs. I have not seen on any other cards before. It's very detailed and it's very beautiful. I'm going to be using it for upcoming deck. You can compare the difference here. It's very obvious. The two different types of cards. I really wish that I could find the complete Claude Valentin. I would be so happy if I could find it. Oh, one thing I should mention with these cards, what I did is some of them have been completely due to the scanning process of the British Museum. Some of the cards were actually scanned incorrectly, parts were missing, so I did have to replicate some missing parts. And this is perhaps my favorite card on this deck. This is the Queen of Swords. Look at how beautiful she is. And wearing a beautiful pendant. And I like the star. Which is a very unique feature. And here we have the Dubasset, à Lyon, contemporary of Jean Dudal. For reference, you can see the complete difference here. Totally different style. The Dubasset is very, very reminiscent of the Dudal. But I really wish I could get my hands on the Valentin. I may try to replicate the rest of the deck as best I can. I don't know if there's any tarot decks out there of similar design. If not, I'll just have to replicate it. Here you can see a card that's been badly abused by my press. I kind of like it. Gives it more of a unique vibe. Oops, wrong one. I'm not sure which one this belongs to actually. Yeah. You can see how different they are in design. You can see the necklace. And that's it. And then I made some additional cards. As you can see, it's or the coups, but it looks like COVID. So I made various impressions just for the hell of it. Yep, and that's the Covidian family.